Everyone, welcome to the Ezra Miami Podcast. We have a very special guest in the building. Before we get started, we'd love for you guys to like this video, subscribe to the channel. I want to welcome Jeremie Etienne to the Ezra Miami Podcast. Jeremie, man, how's everything?
Pleasure to be on the show. Pleasure to be on this man with you, man. Everything's good. It's definitely an honor to be here.
Good, man. Glad to have you here. And, tell everyone, what is it that you do, and the profession that you're in.
So I guess to put it in short, I'm in the health and wellness industry. And what I am a wellness coach. Some people may consider me a wellness pastor because one of the things I focus on is my faith-based believers. But I also do work with organizations, small organizations as well. But basically, I'm a wellness coach. I focus on all forms of wellness, from emotional, physical, mental, spiritual. Even though I put highlights on financial, but my main focus is the physical wellness. I'm an expert in when it comes to diet and nutrition, and I'm pretty much an advocate for all other forms of wellness. And any way I can help my clientele in that when it comes to the overall wellness, because my goal is not to make sure that you eat right and exercise right, but I want to make sure that you're whole. So that's my input when it comes to wellness.
How did you get involved into this field with the holistic, health and wellness? What sparked that interest, that passion that you have into getting into this business?
I hope you got time.
Go ahead.
All right, so basically, when I played football and ran track in high school, and
okay, wait, hold on. What high school did you go to?
Miami Central High, the best, the greatest.
It's all about the
state
Bulls,
champs.
Baby.
We got
it. Y'all got it. Yeah, y'all got it now. We're gonna get it back though. We're gonna get it back for sure.
Hey, if you're tuning in outside of Florida, well, you probably even still know about the Bulls and the Rockets, even if you're outside of Florida. We're nationally recognized schools. But yeah, I went to Miami Central High. I played football, ran a little track, and I didn't get an opportunity to play football the way I wanted it in high school. So when I had the opportunity to walk on at FIU, I had a couple of issues with the walk-on process. So the coach couldn't allow me to walk on, and so with that opportunity not being in the direction I was like, man, what's my backup plan? And one of my counselors at high school told me, he said, hey man, if football doesn't work, what you gonna do? I said, I don't know. And he said, well, what do you like to do? I told him I like to eat. And he said, you know what, maybe you should check out being a dietitian. So I checked it out, and I looked at it. I was like, man, this is good pay. It's something I think that I might be interested in. And I started to be invested in. Once my football dreams didn't pan out, my goal was like, if I can't make it to be a football player, at least I can help people be football players, maybe through my training, through nutrition, whatever the case may be. If I can get to the league, I'll get other people to the league. So I journeyed in my quest, and to be a personal trainer, got certified with National Council of Strength and Fitness, and then I journeyed on my quest to be a dietitian at FIU University.
What's normally the clients that come to you? What do they usually ask you for?
So we get most of my clients come and say, hey, I'm trying to lose 20, 30, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever the case may be. Majority of my clients come to me for that. I get some personal development clients where they're maybe beginning entrepreneurs, or maybe seasoned entrepreneurs where it just say, hey man, I'm just trying to get my head back in the game. So I kind of teach them like simple habits that they need to have when it comes to just being motivated and engineered to be successful. It's not, this is the 1, 2, 3 step to be successful. It's more like this is the 1, 2, 3 mindset to be successful. So I talk about, some of the things that you should be doing habit-wise to create an environment for success.
When it comes to meals, right? There's so many types of meals out there. keto, Atkins, vegan, no gluten, there's, vegetarians, what's the pescatarian? Which one actually works and which one doesn't?
So man, this is a really good question that you asked me, because for me to answer this question, I will tell you everything works.
Okay.
Because if you say, hey, I want to lose some weight and I did keto, you're gonna probably lose the weight. Yeah, I've seen people do crazy diets, like outside of like the basic things that we do, like paleo and maybe like a vegetarian diet or maybe a gluten-free diet. But sometimes it's like, hey, I tried an egg diet and I lost like 20 pounds. Where I just ate eggs every day, all day. Like eggs and water. You get some
Oh,
people do these crazy detoxes for like 30 days, 3 months, and they lose a lot of weight. And I would like to implore to say that like all these things work if the goal is just weight loss. But if we're trying to
gotcha.
say, hey, I'm trying to adapt a healthier lifestyle, then there's some key components that you need to have when it comes to adapting a healthy lifestyle. And that's one of the things that I influence in my program. When I'm in my nutrition program and I talk to my clients about losing weight, yeah, we're going to get that weight off, but I want to make you healthy. And one of the things that got me into this field where, you know, I noticed that when I first started, I was just a personal trainer.
Mm.
And I would do personal training sessions and we would get ripped and we will tone and we will lose weight. And
Right,
after a
right.
year or two, the client will come back and say, hey, I kind of fell off the wagon. You know, we need to do it all over again. I'm like, yo, I thought I told you and showed you some stuff. I thought I gave you some techniques. And I basically found out that, as I went through this program, I took like a small stint of education at Life University, and I started to learn about coaching. And the coaching method is different. It's not you being reliant on the trainer. It's you being more reliant on you. I just need to
Mm.
facilitate the proper habits for you to be more
Right.
successful. So now when I do get returning clients, it's more like, yeah, Jay, I know the diet thing. I just need some accountability. You
Right.
have the information, you know what to do. You just need someone to watch you through the process. So now it's better for me because now I don't have to teach you all over again. I don't have to be on you like I need to. Well, you're not going to lose the weight if we don't do 3 to 5 sessions a week. No, you don't even need me 3 to 5 sessions. You probably just need me to check in with you every 2 weeks, a month or so, just to make sure we're good. Maybe do a weigh-in every week. But we want to facilitate good, healthy habits. And that's one of the things that I've learned when you're in this process. So whether it's keto, whether it's everything, we want to make sure, is that keto diet healthy for you? So one, we want to make sure we're applying healthy habits, and
Hmm.
also we want to do what makes sense for us, because Ezra's diet is not Jeremie's diet, and
Right.
John's so diet is not Gina's Joe and so diet, because you come from a different background, you come from a different ethnic group. There's some foods that might be beneficial to you that might not be beneficial to me based on food preferences or maybe diet. Maybe I have, allergies or something like that, or intolerances, or, maybe I just absorb these certain nutrients better than you. So my
Mm.
diet is going to be more different than you. So you might have some people like, hey, I thrive off eating broccoli and potatoes or whatever the case may be. And another person say, I do better when I eat carrots and green beans or whatever the case may be. So we want to make sure what makes sense for you, and then we want to stick to that.
That's a good point, man. So when you sit down with an individual, is it more so like a specific type of test that you do, or is just like, hey, a trial and error? Like they'll tell you, hey, I notice a difference when I eat these types of foods rather than these types of foods, or is it like a specific test? Hey, go to the doctor and do this type of test to find out what's the best type of food for you to eat. Is it something like that you guys do?
So when I do my registration, I ask clients like, what are your food preferences? What are things that you like? And generally, the things that they like are the things that they're going to be accustomed to. Maybe these are the things that mama used to make when I was younger,
Mm.
So you could have some certain type of food preferences. There's going to be some things that say, hey, I only eat fish. And maybe because a doctor gave you a notice, or maybe you noticed that, over the years, man, every time I eat red meat, I have issues, or
Mm,
I thrive better when I eat fish. Some people thrive better when they eat fish and chicken, or some people actually do better with the red meat. You know,
mm,
so we want to make sure what makes sense for you. So I do that, and then also just a trial and error, because some people, they never ventured into this diet lifestyle ever. They was just like, I ate potato chips. I've been eating potato chips and Little Debbie snacks, all my life, McDonald's, everything. So going into the world of this fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, lots of water, these things that it's new to them. So now for them, they're like, wow, this is new. I never had so much energy. And now
mm.
we're getting accustomed. It's a lot of trial and error to figure out, wow, I didn't used to have this meal, but it didn't go so well when I tried that vegetable, or this fruit. I'm
Right.
like, great, let's not try those fruits or vegetables no more. There's plenty of other options. Let's try this instead. And then we start to go a little through a trial and error. So it's a little assessment at the beginning, and then trial and error as we go through the process.
Nice, nice. And I'm happy you mentioned the whole McDonald's and whatnot. Ocho Cinco is talking about Ocho Science, right? And he talks
Yeah.
about eating McDonald's and building a callus, people getting injured because they're eating, I guess, too healthy. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Does he have a point? Because he sounds so serious when he's talking about it. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I definitely like to say Ocho Cinco is an anomaly.
He sure is, man.
uh,
He looks like he could still play right now.
yeah, he looks good. He looks good. But
Yes.
also, we have to understand that he has a point to it. And I always say, remember what I just told you earlier, what worked for you. You know, he might be in a way where for some reason McDonald's worked for him. Some people will say, "Oh, I have a steak and potatoes diet." Like for a person who's Haitian like me, a steak and potatoes diet is not going to work. Because my culture, my family grew up off a background of eating
Mm,
like bouillon and like little things like that we eat from back
yeah.
home. That when I
Legume.
eat
Yeah.
that, legume, when
Mhm.
I eat that, I feel like the strongest man in the world.
That's so
And
true. And
I might give that
you
meal.
eat some maimoulan. You eat some maimoulan, man. You feel strong.
you
Maimoulan
know,
sauce. Yeah, you feel like
now you talk
you feel
about.
like yeah, you could take on the world after some maimoulan and some sauce. But yeah,
Yeah,
go
man,
ahead, go
I'm
ahead.
telling you. So for me, that might be beneficial, but a person who may be Caucasian or African American, I give them that same meal, and they're like, I don't feel the way you feel. It might be some psychological effect we don't know to it, but we do know in diet there is a 10%, percentage that is related to our genetics and our background. So
Wow,
we
that's
have to
interesting.
pay, yeah, we have to pay some attention to that. So maybe what happened if all of Ocho forefathers, they all ate McDonald's and they were all fine. We don't know.
McDonald's was not created. Ain't nobody had no McDonald's in I think when did McDonald's start? Like,
Back, I think in the
yeah,
1940s. So he at least has one or two generations of McDonald's. We don't know. We don't know. I'm
oh
just
wow,
saying. But like I said, he may be an anomaly where that specific diet works for him. You give that to someone else, and they're gonna fall out. I remember there was a documentary of a guy who ate McDonald's every day. He died.
yeah, that was wild.
Yeah. So if you were computing that to based on Ocho's message, like, man, well, this study says McDonald's will kill you. So we
Yeah,
have to understand what works for the individual. Your body is smart. It does build up a tolerance. So you get some people who eat healthy, very, very healthy. And when they come back to an old diet, their body goes, oh, this is a foreign object. I need to eject. Same thing when
mm,
switching from an unhealthy diet to a healthier diet, your body starts to like, oh, something's wrong. I need to reject what's going on. And it takes some time to adapt. So, Ocho's system in a way has adapted to this this lifestyle of eating McDonald's and going about your life, I think he goes to a point where he don't even drink water, something like that. Like,
Man,
but yeah,
he on something, man. He on something, man.
he's definitely not. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm understanding, like, there's it could be genetics, it could be,
Yes.
tolerance in the body.
Yeah.
But what would you say is the core foundation of a healthy, balanced diet? What would that be?
Exactly. So this goes down to my system, and I'm going to break it down from maybe habit 1 all the way to habit 12.
Okay.
So you
It's
get
12,
habit 1
habits.
12 habits.
Wow.
So
Okay.
12 things that I talk to all my clients about is, 1, we got to drink water. We got to drink adequate amounts of water. Usually we encourage people to drink half their body weight in water. That's the minimum. And then depending on how hard you exercise or how often you exercise or the duration of your exercise bout, we want to encourage you to drink extra water on top of that. So say, for example, I'm let's say 160 pounds, right? So I'm going to get 80 ounces of water, right? Which is 8 cups of water, roughly about 8 to 10 cups of water, right?
Right.
10. There you go. So now we have our cups of water, but then I work out for an hour 3 times a week. For every 20 minutes of me drinking water, for every 20 minutes of me working out, that's another cup of water. So now on top of that 10 cups of water, I work out for an hour, 20, 60 minutes. That's another 3 cups of water. So now I'm up to 13 cups of water for that particular day. So that's one of the things that you encourage. Let's say, for example, you're in the sun, maybe you're running. That's another added addition. So now you're sweating, you're profusely, or whatever the case would be, or maybe you're doing some cardio. There's a lot of sweat being released. Maybe you want to increase some more water on top of that as well. I talk about also drinking tea. I encourage people to drink tea because just the different nutrients that comes from drinking different herbs and spices. If you start to combine with different herbs and spices, you start to learn that different herbs and spices helps with immunity. Plant-based foods, we need to increase our consumption of plant-based foods. And then from there, we're going to go to eating high-quality proteins. We want to make sure that we're eating high-quality proteins. So whatever your chicken, fish, high quality. From there, we're going to go to eating healthy fats. Then we're going to go to taking in probiotics. We want to make sure we got a diet that's high in probiotics. From there, we want to get adequate sleep. So make sure we get some good quality sleep and quantity of sleep. And then we're at 8 right now. We want to make sure we have a balanced workout routine.
Gotcha.
So you want to mix everything up, a little bit of cardio, a little bit of strength training, a little bit of yoga, a little bit of stretching, all that, mix it up. And then we're going to go on to 9, fuel for your activity. So if you're a person working at a desk, you don't need that much carbs. We need carbs for energy. Carbs gives us the energy to work. If you're not moving a lot, then you don't need that much carbs. If you tend to move a lot, you got a lot of walking in your job, you exercise often, you're doing a lot of heavy repetition, then we're going to need some extra carbs for the activity. Then that's number 9. Then we're going to go into 10. Make sure that we're using natural products. Make sure we're using natural products. So we want to do it organic. We want to use it to basically think of it the way God created that ingredient or that item. That's the way we want to put it in our body. So avoiding processed foods. If we get it minimally processed, that'd be great. Gotcha. On top of that, breathing, taking time to breathe. We don't take time to breathe. We're always on the go. So we don't take time to slow down and just breathe. And a good, healthy breathing habits brings good circulation within the body. So I'll talk about that in a bit. And then also number 12. This is a funny one. These last 3 are usually funny ones. Taking the appropriate showers. Taking the appropriate shower. I always encourage people.
Is that part of taking a shower? I mean, we all got to take a shower for hygiene.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But is that going to help me lose weight? Like why would we add that? Taking a shower.
So this is interesting because we want to. So let's say, for example, you take a hot shower. A hot shower is made to cleanse you, so to clean your body. and to help release toxins, but also it helps to relax the body. So it's encouraged to relax the
Right.
body at night with a hot shower, because sometimes at times we lose weight. We don't lose weight because we're too stressed and we're too tense. So we take a nice hot shower. Sometimes you can put like herbs and stuff in the water, and to help relax the body. So that's one of the things I tell you. And sometimes to wake up the body and build up nice strong skin, you would have cool or cold showers. So sometimes we
Mm.
wake up and we have a hot shower. You went from waking up to putting yourself right back to sleep with a hot shower. So now you're going to run and go drink coffee to wake
Right.
yourself back up again. So nice cool or cold shower is a way to do things. And then also there's other things that you can do um, to with your baths and showers to remove inflammation. Sometimes we don't lose weight because our body is inflamed. So an Epsom salt bath or different baths that we
Mm.
can do, or just don't actually just going into the ocean, just sitting in the ocean for a little bit. It's good healing for the body because there's minerals in the ocean that is very similar to actually having an Epsom salt bath.
Man,
Um,
that
so
sounds good. I thought you was gonna say, man, I could lose weight by taking a shower. Like I've been taking showers all my life, man. I ain't lose, but that's good though. But you know what? I hear a lot about that. You know, taking cold showers in the morning, or people
yeah,
would take like a cold plunge. You know,
yeah,
and that makes sense. You know, and then taking a warm shower, a hot shower at night to
yeah.
relax the body to go to sleep. That's great, man. That's some good information right there. For
Yeah.
real.
So these are the things that I definitely focus on. The last three are more like indirect towards like, losing weight or being very healthy. But
Mhm.
it's very beneficial. I always encourage people to do those things as well.
That's good. That's good. So, is there a difference as far as how do you tailor a diet or workout plan um, amongst men and women? What's the difference? That a woman should focus on when it comes to her wellness, workout, diet, from what you would prescribe a man.
Well, it's definitely going to be different at times, depending on any individual, but specifically for men and women. Sometimes for women, they're going to probably have a diet that's high in iron because women tend to be
Mhm.
anemic at times. So it's very important. Sometimes I have like a diet that's high in leafy greens. So that will be one thing I'll probably encourage women. At times, women need more water, maybe because they're breastfeeding, or maybe because just generally at times, or maybe because they're pregnant.
Mm.
So as those body changes that women go through, sometimes cause them to drink more water, and the fact that sometimes them being anemic sometimes cause them to need more water because of the anemia as well. So one of those are some of the things that might be needed for between men and women. Also because of men and women, some men need more protein than women, and then some women need more fats than men. Because
Mm.
different women go through different hormonal issues, and one of the things that helps us with our hormones is good healthy fats. So sometimes a woman might need a diet that's kind of rich in fat in comparison to a man. So and then men, since we're in the gym and we're lifting heavier weight at times more than
Right.
women,
Right.
we need a diet that's more high in protein to help repair some of those muscles that we help break down during our workout bout. So those are some of the basic things that might be different between a man's diet and a woman's diet.
Somebody comes to you, Jeremy, right? A new prospect client comes to you and says, Jeremy,
Bring them on.
I want to lose. They come to you and they say, I want to lose 50 pounds in 2 months. I'm turning 40, or my class reunion is coming, or I'm about to get married. I need to lose 40 pounds. Is that a realistic goal? Is that healthy to do something like that?
I is it possible?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Is
I
it
have,
okay?
Yeah, have I seen it before? Yes. Is it healthy? No. And usually when I get clients like that, I refuse them. I refuse. I say
Oh,
I
you
am
do?
not. Yeah, I've refused
You
them
don't want
quite a
you don't
few
want no part
clients.
of it. You want no
I don't
part.
want that. No, man, because then you're gonna come to me and talk about I'm aching, my liver hurt, and all that stuff like that. No, I'm good.
Mm,
Because at times, having a diet like that may cause some complications within the organs because just a lot going on at once, and then
right.
also sometimes the weight loss, if not properly managed, like I would have to be on you like daily for a plan like that.
Right.
And usually people who do that are actors. Like they're actors. I got a movie I'm going to shoot in 2 to 3 months. I need to
Mm.
drop off all this weight, and it's religious. It's religious. We're in the gym 2 to 3 times a day. We have a very strict diet. We're out in some cave somewhere, for something like
Wow.
that. Now, at the same time, is it healthy? No, it's kind of like someone on the off season getting ready for in season, like a football player or something like that. That's
Right.
that's it's just like a boxer getting ready for a weigh-in. Is the stuff that they're doing healthy to get ready for those weigh-ins? No,
No.
but do they have to do it? Yeah, because they got to get paid, and this is how they get paid.
Right.
So I had some some people who are actors, or they had some something that they had to do in the next 2 to 3 months, and say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. And I say, hey, honestly, I'm not that type of coach. I could recommend someone for you that can help you reach that goal. But that based on my system is not based on that. We're focused on healthy habits, healthy people, and that way of, 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 of activity, or that way of lifestyle it doesn't translate with my system and the way we work at here in season.
So the holiday season is approaching. What was your advice when it comes to how should we handle ourselves during the holiday season?
Oh man, I would tell people, man, it is proven that the average person gains 1 to 5 pounds through the holiday season. Some
Mm.
people more, but it's tough, man. And I tell people, your goal is to get past this season. It's 2 to 3 months of the holiday season if you add October, or if you add January.
Mhm.
But you could definitely get through it. So I tell people, enjoy your Thanksgiving, enjoy your Christmas. Just set a goal for yourself. Just say, hey, I don't want to gain more than 2 pounds, or I don't want to gain more than 3 pounds, or I want to maintain my weight throughout this whole thing. How do we do it? We want to stick to the plan. For example, we're gonna have Thanksgiving meal, right? All right, it's Thanksgiving meal, not Thanksgiving event. Like, so it's not like,
Man,
oh,
listen, you can't tell us
like
nothing.
morning, afternoon,
Listen,
morning.
listen, it's the festival.
Oh my gosh, I'm like, man, they jumping on the turkey in the morning, and mashed potatoes, and macaroni in the afternoon, and
Macaroni.
another round at night. It's just like, it just keeps on going,
Listen.
keeps on going, and then you got the alcohol. It's, oh man, it just goes
Oh
on.
man,
So
you got the
so I
lick.
tell people, yeah, nibble, man. Enjoy a little bit of this, enjoy a little bit of that. You don't need to necessarily have a bunch of everything. I usually, at times when people are preparing Thanksgiving, some people get a head notice of like, hey, this is what we're making for Thanksgiving. Hey, grandma said she's going to be making this. You got an idea what's going to be on that table. So you look at those 2, maybe the 3 dishes that you like. I want that. You know, okay, we're going to get a good helping of the pumpkin pie or the sweet potato pie, but we're going to take just a little bit of macaroni, or
Ooh,
hey,
man, that's
them turkey legs look
Jeremy.
sexy. We're going to
Jeremy,
jump on the turkey leg.
Jeremy, those fighting words, man. You cannot say little bit and macaroni cannot be in the same sentence during holiday season, man. That is
Oh
fighting words.
my.
Usually,
No, but
macaroni is the first dish to
oh,
be
it's
gone.
gone. It's
You
gone.
know,
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
to make
yeah, man.
3 casseroles of macaroni just to survive.
Oh my
The holiday
gosh.
season, that Thanksgiving
It,
meal.
it, and that's why I tell people, man. I know a lot of people hate me during this holiday season, but what I tell them, man, the same way it came in, the same way it could come out. You know,
Mm.
and you might gain 2 to 3 pounds in 8 weeks, but now you could lose those 2 to 3 pounds in another 8 weeks. And
Man.
your body gonna realize like, hey, I kind of went off, and then and then you get back that New Year's resolution. Um, and I think more of a New Year's continuation, rather than a resolution. And then we're
Mhm.
trying to get back to the regimen that we were already started in the beginning of the year. So one of the things I encourage people, I usually try to get people to be a part of my program now, because let's start creating this, facilitating the habits. So now that the holiday season, we won't do too much of a damage, you know? And
Right.
then now we go into New Year. Hey, maybe I gained 2, maybe I gained 3 pounds. But cool. This next month, we're gonna knock those 2 to 3 pounds right out the way easy. You know, and then at times a lot of people start to like to. It's a thing now that a lot of people they want to start their new year with a 21-day fast. I'm seeing that now. So by the time we get to New Year, you do that 21-day fast. You everything you gained, you probably lost, and then we can get
Probably
back to our groove.
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, man. Holiday season it's a challenge. I mean, it's to the point now where everyone has to take a picture of their plate.
Yep.
During Thanksgiving, or hey, this is what I got. And it got to be a night. Listen, people will make fun of you if your plate ain't looking right.
Oh my gosh.
But no, but it's true though. And we talked when you talked about fasting. So what's your thoughts on? And this probably be the last question. What's your thoughts on? On fasting? What's your thoughts on a lot of people now doing like intermittent fasting, or they're only eating at certain times of the day? Is that something that that you would recommend to certain folks who don't eat, or eat only during this time block of the day?
I always tell people what works best with your schedule. And when you do fasting, I always tell people remember I told you I work with a lot of faith-based people. Make sure you're fasting with purpose. Don't just, hey, I'm just trying to do this to lose a couple pounds. Make sure we're fasting with purpose, with something in mind. Because usually when people do that, actually the weight loss process becomes a little bit more efficient, because you're fasting with some type of goal or some type of perspective in mind.
Right.
So that's definitely first and foremost, but definitely do what fits best with your schedule. So if you're fasting, let's say your fast calls for 12 hours, but you work overnight, like you might want to adjust your schedule, for your fasting. Or maybe, you tend to wake up later in the day. So I get some people who will fast literally from 8 at night to 8 in the morning. It's still 12 hours. It's still 12 hours, or 10 to 10, it's still 12 hours, or 12 to 12, So you can do that. I always encourage people, maybe at least once a week, you fast for 16 hours, because what's happening between the 12 and 16 hours, usually by the time your body has 2 energy sources, your carbs and your fats. So your body's going to go through, in that first 12 hours, it's going to burn through all the carbs that's in your muscle, the carbs that's stored in your liver, as glycogen. Your body's going to burn through that. But once we get into that 13 hour, that 14 hour, your 15 and 16 hour, your
Right.
body's going to burn through the adipose in your body, which is the fat. So the little fat around your liver, the little fat that's been kind of stored on that side of your stomach that you,
Oh yeah, that little spare tire.
yeah, you got it. Yeah, so your body's gonna start eating up on that. Now, it's not encouraged to do this every day. Usually, people who tend to do intermittent fasting, after like 2 to 3 months, they have to reset. But when you do it the way I intended, when you do it once a week, 16 hours, and the rest of the week, 12 to 14 hours, you can do this forever, for the rest of your life. So I encourage people to do that. And then what's going to happen when you have that consistent regimen of 12 hours, let's say 8 to 8, right? And then on that 16-hour day, you're going to go from 12 to 8. So you have an 8-hour window. That gap between 8 in the morning and 12 o'clock at midday, when usually you may have eaten, now you're not. Your body's going to be like, hey, Ezra was supposed to eat at 8. He didn't. And you're going to still your stomach growling. It's going to start moving. It's going to start doing that. And then again, maybe at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, it's going to do it again. And basically what's happening at that moment, your body needs to grab energy from somewhere. It needs to take in some type of substance. So it's going to say, hey, no carb source. Let's go to the fat. It's going to start pulling away from that fat. So you get a lot of bodybuilders who will go into intermittent fasting because they're trying to get those deep cuts, or people who are going through cutting season. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they'll do that and drink. And then also I encourage people to drink a lot of water when you're fasting, to help flush out and clear out the system.
That's good, man. That's good. We're at the end of our interview, Jeremy. Tell us, tell the audience out there, how can they reach you? What type of programs do you offer?
You guys are in luck. You guys are going to be the first ones to hear it. Your audience is going to be the first one to hear it. So, In Season has created a platform where we want to make sure that we help as much people as possible. This whole 2023 year was dedicated to how can we help more people. We've got to the point now we're over the 100 mark. We've helped more than 100 people over our years of service, and we've helped a lot of people in many types of background, and anything from 10 to 50 to 20 to 100 something pounds. We've helped a lot of people.
Wow. So you help someone lose 100 pounds?
Yeah, we 125 pounds. Yeah.
Wow.
So In Season right now has a record. Right now we're about in total about almost 2,500 pounds in weight loss between all our clientele.
Wow.
So we're happy of all the things that we're doing, but now we know our system works and it's helping a lot of people. So now what we do, how can we help the masses? So we create a system where we're going to be live towards the end of this month and going into the new year. We're going to be live every single week. Every single week we're going to be live, and we're going to open up a Q&A, especially for the community, our in-season community, where we're going to help every individual in their process of losing weight. We're going to do highlight coaching sessions on our Q&A for our private group, and then we're just going to give as much content as out every single week. We'll give live content, but if you want to be part of that community, you want to be a part of that community, and I'm telling you, this is going to be something you don't want to miss. And then also, we're going to create a digital product in English and in Creole for those 12 habits that I talked about, explaining each and every habit in depth, teaching you the steps, creating worksheets so you can properly apply each and every single habit in your life. So we're going to create a digital product, which is going to be coming out in the beginning of the year for every individual, so they can purchase and learn these simple habits that they can apply in their life. And you could just learn it and just do it yourself, a self-pace. And if you need the help, you say, okay, I learned the system, Jeremy, but I need some help. Join the Q&A. You join the Q&A group and you be a part of the community, and we can help you further in the process.
Man, that's great. Listen, those 12 steps, man. Listen, learn how to lose 10 pounds by taking showers, man. Let me tell you, that'll be a bestseller. That'll be a bestseller right there.
Hey, put that on the thumbnail.
Yeah, put that on the thumbnail. Hey, I lost my teach you how to lose pounds by taking showers. Man, I'm telling you. But no, thank you, Jeremy. I really appreciate it. This is some great information. And how can people reach you? What's the best way to reach you? You send me the link and I'll put it in the on the description. But I want you to say how can people get in contact with you? What's your social media handles and everything like that?
You can reach me. Most people tend to reach me on Instagram, _Jeremie. So INSSEASON_JEREMIE. You'll find that at Instagram. You can just find my name, as you can see it here, Jeremie Etienne, on Facebook. You can go to my website, In-Season Jeremie, www.inseasonjeremie.com. You can find me there. And also, if you want to email me, you can just go inseasonhabits@gmail.com.
All right. Well, hey, man, Jeremy, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us and educate us. And you have a great day, man. We'll talk soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. Guys, best show of my life, man. Have fun doing this. Looking forward for another opportunity.
All right, guys, that's Jeremie Etienne, In-Season. You guys, please, once again, like this video, comment below. What are your thoughts? If you have any questions, and we'll put his contact information below. You guys can reach out to him, and hopefully you guys will survive this holiday season and get right back on track for the new year. All right, you guys have a great one.